Hello dear friends, and welcome back to my YouTube and Opera channel, and welcome back to LELB Society. In this session I'm going to teach you another unit of 5 or 4 absolutely essential words. We are about to put an end to this, and I have a good piece of news for you, and this is that immediately after finishing this book I will resume just teaching and providing podcasts based on 1100 words you need to know. That is a more difficult book, and I have already covered 17 units, 17 weeks of this book out of 42, I think. Okay, so this session I'm going to teach you unit 16, and before starting let me just show you the flashcards that appear here. This is conceal, means to hide. Some flashcards that appear on my website LELB.net, and this is century, a period of time equaling 100 years. This is urban, means municipal, city, relating to city. Undeniable, something that is inevitable, you cannot deny. Lack, emptiness. Cancer, this is a very, let's say, difficult disease, sometimes actually not curable. And okay, my mother passed away because she had a cancer, pancreatic cancer. Anyway, this is life. This is lecture, it's a presentation. And ignore, disregard, means pay no attention to. Rival, opponent. As you see, they are arm wrestling because they are opponents. Miniature means in a small scale. Glimpse, a short look. Opponent or rivals, these are opponents. And essential, necessary. Okay, all right. The first word is slender, is a slim, S-L-I-M, long and thin. They're not thick, thin, limited, slight. Carlotta's slender figure or body made her look very feminine, so she was conspicuous. Let me write conspicuous. Means easily recognizable. Okay. And the opposite of feminine is masculine. There was only a slender chance or weak possibility that you could conceal or you could hide the truth. So chances were so weak that you could conceal the truth. The opposite of conceal is reveal. Okay. See, the slender thief or robber was able to enter the apartment through the narrow window, or burglar. Here burglar is better because actually a burglar is different from a robber. A robber uses force actually to get what they want, but a burglar just breaks in, and usually in a stealthy way. So the body again actually was slender or narrow and thin. Number 2, surpass, American English, surpass, British English, means to do better than, be greater than, excel. Okay, do not mistake this word with for surpass versus surplus. Surplus means additional, extra. So surpass means excel. So they are not the same. The machines of the 20th century surely surpassed those of the earlier times. It's clear with advancement in technology, state-of-the-art technology. It's clear that actually the machines must be let's say more functioning, more viable, and with that level of technology, as I said. Most farmers believe that rural life or country life far, here it's an intensifier, it means very much, surpasses, is better than urban life or city life. Well, there has been so much controversy over this issue, city life and let's say country life. Okay. It is undeniable or inevitable that a cold lemonade, a kind of drink made of lemon and some water and sugar, in July, in which we are in July right now at the moment of recording this podcast. I'm sorry. So the weather is really hot in most places, cannot be surpassed. It means nothing can take place of cold lemonade. Okay. Vast, American English. Vast, British English. It's very great, enormous. Daniel Boone explored vast areas that had never been settled. So he investigated, or let's say searched for, or looked for a lot of lands or areas that had never been inhabited. So settle here means inhabit or reside. Okay. Our campus means the physical location in a university or campus, or let's say school or college, always seems vast to new students because they are not familiar with the physical location or campus. Therefore, actually, it seems to be really vast. Vast or huge differences between the two sides were made clear or clarified in the debate or dispute. dispute. 4. Doubt. Remember, B is not pronounced, is silent. Let me drink some water. Yeah, I'm used to drinking water and actually get hydrated. Okay. Not believe, not be sure of or certain of, feel uncertain about, lack of certainty. Scientists doubt that a total cure for cancer will be found soon. So they are not optimistic, they are pessimistic about actually let's say panacea or a complete solution, viable solution to this disease, mortal disease. A total cure for cancer will be, so they doubt, they are not certain or sure. The question of whether he could survive the winter was left in doubt. So actually we were not sure whether he could survive the winter, which was frigid and chilly. Okay. We don't doubt that the tradition of marriage will continue. We don't doubt, it means we are sure, we are positive that the tradition or convention or custom of marriage will continue and survive. Capacity. Amount of room or space inside. largest amount that can be held by a container. Capacity means the maximum amount of room or space that a container can give you. A sign in the elevator, British English lift, L-I-F-T, stated that its capacity was 1100 pounds. Pay attention to this, 1100. It is usually said in this way. It is around 550 kilograms, because actually each pound equals 453 grams. Less than actually half of a kilograms, slightly less than. The gasoline or petrol is British. Gasoline capsule had a capacity of 500 gallons. The capacity of that capsule was 500 gallons of gasoline. So well liked was the prominent speaker that the auditorium was filled to capacity when he began to began his lecture. So he was a very successful lecturer or presenter, or let's say speaker, that actually because of that, because he was so prominent or well known, celebrated, famous, that the auditorium or the hall, conference hall for example, HALL, was filled to capacity. It was completely occupied when he began his lecture. Okay. So 6. Penetrate, get into or through. Permeate or pierce. We had to penetrate the massive wall in order to hang the mirror. To hang the mirror on the wall, we had to penetrate, because actually the surface of the wall was so impenetrable, let's say, and so hard, and we had to just try harder, using a nail and hammer or drill. Although Kenny tried to pound the nail into the rock with a hammer, he didn't penetrate the hard surface. Pay attention to this structure when we use although. In the next sentence we should not use but. This is a common mistake that some English learners make. So, although he tried very hard to pound or to strike, S-T-R-I-K-E, the nail into the rock with a hammer, he couldn't penetrate the hard surface because it was really, as I said, impenetrable. It was so hard. It was not soft. The thieves penetrated the bank's security and stole the money. The thieves, the plural form of thief, so F changes to V-E-S, V-E and then S. Penetrated and got through or went through the bank security, or let's say defense or security measures and safety measures. Also you can say, security here means safety measures. Defense with C it is British, with an S actually it is American. Alright, so, and the next word is pierce. As I explained it to you, it almost has the same meaning. Go into, go through, penetrate. My sister is debating whether or not to get her ears pierced. When you pierce your ears, particularly ladies, they can just get ready to hang a pair of earrings, you know. And okay, so she is not sure. She's arguing whether to pierce her ears or not. I tried to ignore his bad violin playing or disregard it, but the sound was so piercing. It means this, when the sound is piercing, it means that it is somehow annoying, and it is loud or too loud, and it penetrates and it bothers you. It is shrill. Shrill, S-H-R-I-L-L. Let me write it. Shrill sound. Booming. Booming usually actually has high, let's say low frequency, but shrill and here actually piercing usually has a low frequency. I'm sorry, high frequency. Okay. Halloran violently pierced the skin of his rival, causing massive bleeding. So Halloran violently or aggressively or fiercely, pay attention not to mistake fierce and pierce for each other. Fierce means aggressive and pierce means what I explained. Pierce the skin of his opponent. It means use a sharp pointed object and just penetrate it into the skin of his opponent, and it caused a lot of massive or huge bleeding, considerable. Accurate, and the noun is accuracy, exactly right as the result of care and pains, or pains means precise, P-R-E-C-I-S-E. Ushers took an accurate count of the people assembled in the theater. Ushers are those who guide people in the hall of theaters and cinema or movie halls, for example, with a torch. You know, they just guide people because usually it is a dark atmosphere, you know, and these people are ushers. Took an accurate or precise account of people in order to see whether the hall or auditorium has been occupied or not. Assembled means gathered. Emma's vision was so accurate that she didn't need glasses. So she had a perfect eyesight or vision. So you don't need, if you happen to have flawless eyesight, so you don't need glasses or spectacles or lenses. In writing on the topic, Virgil used accurate information. Yeah. If you want to write on something, first you need to have accurate information, particularly if the article or composition or essay, whatever, actually tends to be scientific by nature. Microscope. Micro means tiny, means small, and scope means seeing. So it means an instrument, or let's say tool, with a lens for making objects larger so that one can see things more clearly. It's clear. Microscope. For example, you can see germs or microbes. And the let's say another word with the same root, I mean scope, is telescope. Tele means far. So telescope is an instrument that is used to see, scope, see something that is so far away from us. For example, you can see other planets or stars. Hubble is actually a space telescope, which is so advanced. Okay. The students used the microscope to see the miniature insect. A miniature, a very tiny bug. So the students used a microscope to detect it, to observe it, to watch it, let's say, more closely. Young John's Salk wanted to get a glimpse of things he couldn't see with just his eye, say naked eye. Naked eye, let me write it. With naked eyes, it means without glasses, just with the help of your own eyes, without any instrument. Okay, so his father bought him a microscope. So he was curious to actually see and take a look at things he couldn't see with his naked eyes. So his father bought him a microscope. Using a microscope, the scientist was able to probe into the habits of germs. Pay attention, the subject of this sentence is the same, and that is the scientist. The scientist, while using a microscope, actually was able to probe into or make an investigation or actually explore the habits or the behaviors of germs, microbes, that are hidden to their naked eye. Grateful means feeling gratitude, thankful. Clear. The majority of pupils felt grateful for Mr. Ash's help. Most of them. The opposite is the minority, but here it is the majority of pupil. And what is the difference between pupil and a student? Pupils tend to be younger. Usually, for example, primary school students. Pupils felt grateful or thankful to Mr. Ash for his help. The structure is like this: to be thankful to somebody for something. B. We were grateful that the gloomy weather cleared up on Saturday. Thank God that the gloomy or covered, C-O-V-E-R-T, or cloudy weather just cleared, became sunny or overt on Saturday. Perhaps actually we could go on a holiday on Sunday, which is an off day. In his letter, Waldo told how grateful he was for the loan. So he sent a thank you letter. Perhaps, for example, to the manager or director of the bank, just showing his thankfulness or gratitude or gratefulness for the loan or mortgage loan. Cautious. Loan is amount of money that you borrow. Cautious means very careful, never taking chances. Also, you can say wary. It's very careful, cautious, attentive. Be cautious when you choose your opponent. Okay, it's a kind of warning. Be careful when you choose your rival. Good authors are cautious not to exaggerate when they write. Yeah, writing is a very delicate task or art. So if you want to write about something, you need to be honest, to the point, inclusive. You know, I have written a book on writing in English, and the title is Essentials of Practical Writing, and I'm the only typist and writer and developer of this book. Okay, I think it is available in the market in Iran. This is a course book that is taught at university level. Okay, when you write, so you should not exaggerate or magnify point. If the rain is falling in torrents, if it is raining cats and dogs, it is best to drive cautiously, carefully, not recklessly. And the last word is confident, firmly believing, certain, sure. Judge Emery was confident he could solve the conflict. So he was certain, he was sure, he did not have any doubt that he could solve the conflict. He could solve the problem or argument. When he lifted the burden, Scotty was confident he could carry it. When he lifted the burden, he just raised the heavy load, for example, Scotty was confident and certain that he could just carry it and move it. Annette was confident that she would do well as a nurse, so she had faith in herself as a nurse. Thank you for your attention and participation. Let me see. Let me show you the recently added posts on Instagram. Maybe you would find them interesting. This is villain. Means a wicked and bad, foul character, usually in novels, films, movies, books. And this is a negotiation that I have with one of my private students in preparation for IELTS. And this is actually eliminate, means to get rid of. Some others perhaps. Wholesale as an adjective, the opposite of retail. Visible, something that is seen, easily seen. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because there are a lot of other free English lessons just waiting for you. And make sure that if you just take them seriously, they can help you even much better than many other pseudo or let's say pretentious classes. And if you want to get the chance to practice speaking and listening simultaneously, not just actually listening and not being able to speak back, you can attend my online classes. Just search for LELB.net, Learn English to Live Better. LELB stands for Learn English to Live Better, and you can easily find my website that is growing every day on the internet. And you can be really wise and smart not to waste your time, money, energy, for example, attending a real class hundreds or let's say kilometers away from you or miles away from you in the let's say polluted air, and also with sound pollution, air pollution, and many other pollutions. So you can just save, as I said, a huge amount of money, time, energy, and actually just be relaxed, and you can turn your room into a viable class. Okay, that's why my community actually has reached for the global rank of that actually is 870,000, and it is the global rank, and in the US the rank is around 100,000, which is really great. You know, I have been able to reach for this level of popularity in no time. I mean, in 2 months. Okay, thank you for your support and consideration. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.